Hi, this is Kendra over at Pencil and Pigment, and today I wanted to talk about free. So initially I was just going to list all the open source software and free software programs I could think of, but I did that on my webpage, a blog post on my webpage in July of 2017 actually. And I have it on my Pinterest. So instead today I want to talk about all the different free things that you can find on my webpage and on my Pinterest. I don't do a Patreon. I don't do affiliate links anywhere. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I think there's a level of authenticity that's lost when people become sponsored. They tend to promote and push things that are fine. They're just not amazing. So to retain a level of trust, I link everything for free. So even if you don't ever go to my webpage, you can hop over on Pinterest and see all the free things that my webpage offers and see if any of those things interest you. If you're not familiar with Pinterest, Pinterest is an online digital bookmark saving tool. So basically you create a page and instead of instead of bookmarking 30 different free open source software programs that you could potentially use, you would instead create a Pinterest page and create a digital folder, label that free open source software programs, and then save those links to those 30 pages there. And that way you don't have to have 1,000 bookmarks for all these different things. Because during the pandemic, a bunch of museums and different places started offering up more free open source high quality photos of their art. A lot more places started offering more free images for drawing and illustration, layout, storyboarding of models and people in movement to help with that. So right now on my webpage, and I will link everything in the description box, I have a printable calendar. I have some things that aren't art and design related, but for the things that are, I have a calligraphy page. I have where all the different places you can get photographs that are royalty free. If you do a lot of page layout and graphic design, I have a list of tons of free Greeking you can get. I have free printables on how to remember paper printing types. I have the open source software. If you want to learn how to make pinhole cameras, I have linked to a bunch of places that offer free tutorials. All the places you can get free fonts. Now on my Pinterest, the predominantly probably two folders that you would be most interested in are my art references and art supplies and art tutorials. And those are the folders in the first top row. And under art references, so under references I have subfolders. So I have articles, colors, how to help design with different color references, and pages that help you with color schemes, all the fonts, inspiration, places you can find jobs and generate money for art and designers. I have a whole folder dedicated to that. Memberships that can be helpful for artists and designers. I have photo references, places you can do portfolios, build websites, printers and printing services. People are always asking, ooh, what's a good one? So I have a bunch of those listed. And then I have other services, open source programs, and miscellaneous, which the miscellaneous is mostly like drawing challenges and illustration challenges. This is all under my art references folder. It's a lot of stuff. It's almost 700 pins that I have put together of just free stuff to help people find things. Art supplies, I feel like that's pretty indicative. That one sits at about 250 pins. I have planners, paper, pencils, pens I like for painting. It's World Watercolor Month. Pastels, bookbinding, photography, rulers, pottery, color guides, a library, like a tutorial library of books I feel are worth the money, an inspiration library, and then different odds and ends like portfolios, etc. But just art supplies I have used or have tried in the past 20 years that I have really loved. I also have art tutorials. It's another folder. It only sits at about 100. But these are things you can make at home. So if you want to make homemade pottery supplies, how to fabric dye, some bookbinding ideas, how to stretch canvas, how to make adhesives, how to organize some of your art supplies. Again, etching, how to make pinhole cameras, how to make your own ink. I have a bunch of that stuff, and Pinterest really offers a huge amount of things. I mean, I don't just use it for art and design. I have 2,000 recipes because we cook and bake in our house. I have things for pets, travel ideas. We homeschool, have curriculums on there. I have craft ideas for our kids. My husband has an account as well, and he uses his for recipes and workout videos he wants to save. So it's really just up to you. I mean, if you're getting into a new hobby, you want to learn about gardening, it's a great place to save all the articles or videos that teach you things in a very organized manner. It is micro-organizing digitally, or I guess you could call it hoarding, digital hoarding, but it's a way to organize all this stuff into one spot so it's easy to find. And I have tried to do that for you of all the freebies. I have a folder that's just pencil and pigment of links to some of my things that are free and some other stuff. But under art references, I would highly encourage you to check that out. Check out all the different places for jobs and money, passive income. Some of them you may know about, some of them you may not. There is another creator who on Twitter posts weekly places looking for illustration, design, animation jobs every single week. And that's in a rotation. I will link her webpage specifically if you don't want to head over to my Pinterest, but I highly recommend you check that out. I don't get anything from it. It doesn't generate any brand deals or anything like that. It's just free. I want everybody to have as much advantage and access to all the free things out there that are possible for creators. Because when you look at what Adobe is with their programs, the Creative Cloud, they haven't done Creative Suite in a long time since, you know, Creative Suite 6. It has priced people out of the market. The $50 to $60 a month is really hard on new graduating students. It's really hard on small creators to recoup that fee month after month after month. And if you pay a year in advance, check out the cancellation fee, because if you cancel midway, you may still have to pay the full amount and you don't get to use the programs because you've canceled it. So before you lock into a 1-year subscription with Adobe, always read the cancellation fees and maybe check out some of the open source free programs. You may enjoy some of those more. I'm just saying. There are ways to do this and make it more budget friendly. I know during the pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs, lost their gigs, lost commissions. There are free resources out there, and I'm trying to link to them for you. So please hop over. I hope this helps. I hope this inspires you. I hope this gives you ideas. I know that some people like to go, where is it? It's called Pirate Bay, I believe. Let me check that out and make sure I have the right name. There is a search engine where you can find programs that have been hacked, and that is your personal choice. I would say just be really careful that you don't get any viruses or anything. But let's see. You can pirate the Adobe products. I believe it's called Pirate Bay. Let me make sure. It's called the Pirate Bay. And you can search for hacked versions of different programs and stuff. Just be careful you don't download any viruses if you choose to go that route. But just know that there are free and open source programs for every single option that Adobe offers. There is some equivalent of that you can find and make work in a pinch. So if you can't pay your monthly Adobe Creative Cloud fee this month because you need to pay rent, you need to buy groceries, you're out of work, the commissions just aren't coming in, and a commission suddenly does come in and you haven't paid that, just know that there are options that you have available. All right, I hope this helps, and I hope everyone has a great day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.